Hello! So today is our first day with day school. And I always like to send a little video besides the welcome video and the core skills video. A little bit of here's what your homework is going to be for this week, and also just, hey, how's our first day gone? Stuart is a ham, which you already know. But oh my goodness, this little dog has personality for days. And a very polite one at that too. Even with being a Jack Russell, there is a lot of intelligence, but also a wanting to please and be a part of the conversation, if that makes sense. So what we worked with Stuart today was, one, see where our skills were, see how we did on leash with minimal distractions, some distractions. It's kind of like testing out the waters, but also a big part of dog training is also developing that bond. So you guys already have a bond established. So as a trainer coming onto your team, my goal is to only develop and encourage that more. So first couple days always seem kind of light, what it seems like light and like technical aspect, because what I want him to do is realize that when he gets to work with me, it's fun, it's engaging. We get to woohoo! As you can see in the video, he is going back and forth. I hid puzzles throughout the room, so he's having to use his nose to figure out where those puzzles are. The best thing that I can say for this kid is you got to give him math homework. You have to give him puzzles to work through every day. And there's ways to do it without, you're not like, all right, buddy, let me pull out your hour's worth of activities and set it up around the house. What you can do is little things that maybe take 5 minutes, but take him 15, 20 minutes. So something like puzzle feeders, where you have to feed him breakfast anyways, feeding him out of a cardboard box, a cupcake tin, put toys on top of it, where you actually put his food in the stuff. You can buy actual puzzle feeders, and I think we spoke about this in our evaluation. So whether it is, grab a couple examples for you. So whether it is a licky mat where you can freeze stuff, or it's a puzzle feeder that you can fill his food up or toys in, or treats in, I should say, and he has to spin it. This kid loves to think, loves to work. So giving him things that help drain that excess energy is going to help you not have to worry about entertaining him or working him all the time. As you know, this breed is notorious for problem solving, for high levels of skills. So doing something like this, was that a big one, buddy? He's like, yes, I got a big chunk. But skills like this help them figure out how to problem solve, how to do math homework or Sudoku while they're having breakfast. And then they're focused and paying attention to this. Like, you have 15 minutes of like, at home. The other thing that we worked on is also just hiding a couple treats throughout like our training room. So I hid them in some kennels over here. I hid them around some chairs back here, underneath the table. We have a treadmill on this side where he had to use his nose to find them. Hide it in your kitchen, hide it in your living room or in your back patio. You get to choose what is an appropriate foundation or space for him to do that. And then he gets to hunt for it. This kid loves a mission. So if I can help you set up things that help you integrate your day-to-day where you're not thinking of training per se, it's just time to feed him. Like, what cool thing are we going to do today? It will help immensely with his recall and focus. Because when we talk about your goals of leash walking and off-leash work, we want him to associate you, the human, as the best thing ever for him. So being always checking in with you, always checking in of, hey, what are we doing? Staying within your scope of space helps him really understand, I can go check it out, but if I come back to dad, there's even more better things happening. So this is one of the ways to reinforce it. Hi, kid. Now, training skills, there's actually one thing I want you to start doing this week. I'm only going to give you one. I know we see him in a couple days too for day school. But this, I cannot stress enough. This is actually your foundational skill for honestly most of your commands. But what we're going to do is load, excuse you, sir. What we're going to do is load his name as a command itself. So I call it name game. But what this is, and excuse me while I close our cabinet since someone is shopping. What it is that his name becomes a come, a sit, a watch me, a leave it, and a body positioning. So how we teach this is he's checking things out, he's asking for your attention. What you're going to do, and you can do this with or without a treat right now, is you're going to say, Stuart! And see how he's sitting behind or looking behind me? what I want you to do is we're going to lure him in front of you, and he has to sit and look. Yes, good boy! You're going to reward and then walk away. Go do something else. It is just a momentary check-in. So I'm going to turn my body this way so you can see it. I'm going to find a treat that's a little bit smaller because you're a little dude. Perfect. Stuart. Yes, good boy. And then walk away. Now, this is where you're also going to get to choose what you want in this process. So when you call Stuart, see how he stopped a little further away? I just said, hey, I want you to come here. Yes. Now, you can choose. Is he going to be directly in front of you? Is he going to be off to the side? Do you want him to be in basically what we call a return to heel, a return position? What I would suggest for this first part is when we do name game, he's right in front of you. I'm okay with like a little 45-degree tilt of the butt, but this is what we want. Yes. And then you walk away. We can get fancy down the road of him coming to your side or left side, between your legs. Like, we really can make it as fancy as you want it to be. But right now, he's completely on the treadmill. Right now, it's Stuart. Oh, you found a ball. Hey. Stuart. Yes. And then he can have the ball. Then he can do something else. But notice how he brought me the ball and then looked at me like, okay, let's play. And I was like, what are you supposed to do? And I held space for him to stop and sit. That's the key of name game, is that a lot of times we as humans overcomplicate things. We also talk a lot. We always like to add, hey, come here, let's do this. You add all this extra commands. So for example, he's playing with the ball, and I want him to come check in with me. So I'm going to say, Stuart. Yeah. I thought that was a sit. So I'm going to use my negative marker of I need you to sit. I am using hand signals to lure him into that position. Yes. Okay, go get the ball. But I didn't have him give him the treat. I kicked the ball so he can go play with it. Hi, hello, how are you? But this is where that leave it command comes into play. So he wants to play, he wants to do something. Stuart. Oh, that was so close. Stuart. Yes, good boy. So what you're seeing in this video, and kind of what I like to point out, is that this isn't the start of our sessions. This isn't the end of our session. This is kind of in the middle of what we've been doing today. And this is only day one. So we get him excited. He gets to play with the ball. And it's, hey, can I have you stop and focus on me? I want you to do this little times throughout your day with name game to start teaching him to look up to you. And the expectation is sitting and looking. That is the default expectation of any dog. So when you're getting ready to go through a door, Stuart. So you can see, yes, good boy. And then you get to go through the doorway. Yes. And then you walk away. That's as much as training interaction as you need to do this. It may seem deceptively simple. It really does. I've gone through like, really, this is it? Yes. If you can get this rock solid at home, in your backyard, when you're out on your walks, this is going to reinforce the beginning of that recall, and especially that off-leash aspect. I will film when he's in, again, later this week. You'll see some distractions and how we're working on that name game practice. We won't start attaching a recall like come or here until about week 2, maybe week 3. Because I really want this rock solid first. Let me know if you have any questions. So try the puzzle feeders, try the name game, and you got a smart kid. You really do. Let me know if you have any questions and we'll go from there.